Conservative new media viewers and JLin fans around the world, what's going on? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here to talk a little bit about what JLin had to say tonight, Sunday, July 14th, 2013, here in the United States, after he played in a charity soccer match in Los Angeles, California tonight. In a soccer match, I believe that was held by Steve Nash. And so Jeremy spoke with at least one reporter following the soccer match, and that reporter is Eric Pincus of the Los Angeles Times. And I will include information about Pincus's article in the video description below the video player, so you can go and check it out for yourselves. Now, before I get into this, I just want to say I haven't had a chance to answer everybody in the comments, but as usual, I've read all the comments in the last couple of videos, and I really appreciate some people have had some nice things to say. True Picked, I saw what you said in the next to last Lin video about how you feel about my videos, and I really appreciate that. I know Hanny Chang and Jane McCoy, Joyce Ward, and others have had a lot of really good comments, and just appreciate them. Sorry I haven't had more of a chance to come down and speak a lot in the comments. I've just been busy with some things. But again, I read all the comments, and you guys are doing a great job with the discussion and just getting more information and kind of spreading the word. I know Hanny Chang was talking about how she's going to see Jeremy when the Rockets are over in Taiwan, which is awesome. That's great. It's great to see. Now, getting to this article, JLin said, quote, "It's huge. It's really important for us," unquote, talking about Dwight Howard choosing to play with Houston next season. Jeremy also mentioned that he was not part of the recruiting process for Dwight Howard, and of course, we've talked about that, and so have many other places around the internet. And there was the discussion, well, if Jeremy's not helping recruit Dwight Howard, what does that mean? Does that mean Jeremy's going to be traded? All of this. But of course, Jeremy has not been traded. And as we mentioned in the last video, Daryl Morey, general manager of Houston, basically came out and said that Dwight Howard and James Harden are eager to play with JLin. And so because of that, Daryl Morey did not want to trade Jeremy. So that's good. I mean, these are good signs of support. Now, are they all accurate? Do they mean that Jeremy couldn't possibly be traded? I don't know if they're all accurate. I don't know what James Harden and Dwight Howard might have said to Daryl Morey about JLin. And I do know that Daryl Morey will trade almost anybody if the situation makes sense. If Daryl Morey believes that he can get a higher value player or proposition, then he'll trade you. So it's not a personal thing. I don't believe, as has been said by people analyzing this situation, among them Clutch fans and many others. What happened with Jeremy and the Rockets was that when Houston got Jeremy last year, they got him before they realized they were going to be able to get James Harden. So it's kind of, they went from one situation with Jeremy and the big poison pill contract to a different situation once they got James Harden. Once they got James Harden, it was more of like, wait, we might be able to do something seriously as a team. I'm not saying they didn't feel that way with Jeremy, but it was a different mentality. With Jeremy, they were trying to make something right that they felt they got wrong. And that being, they had Jeremy previously, they let him go, and then Jeremy did Linsanity 1.0. And I was like, oh, well, maybe we kind of messed up on that one by letting Jeremy go. I think Les Alexander, as we've talked in previous videos, was kind of like, look, we need to go get JLin back. So I think the kind of either a spoken or unspoken feeling that owner Les Alexander said to Daryl Morey, or implied, was go get him. I don't care what you have to do to get him, go get him. And that meant the poison pill contract and getting him away from the New York Knicks. And that occurred. But then again, very soon after that, James Harden came in, and now Dwight Howard has come in. So that's changed the landscape for this team. This team went from kind of a feel-good story and being happy and that they got JLin back to we need to be a contender right now. Now, as I've said, and you guys know, I have complete confidence in JLin. I believe JLin's going to have a very good year this year as long as he stays healthy. But there's still some possible questions about Jeremy in terms of being able to possibly lead a championship team from the point guard position right now as a 24-year-old, soon to be a 25-year-old, I believe. And that doesn't mean, again, nobody has more faith in Jeremy than I do. But is he ready to do it at this moment in time, right now? I don't know. Is he more ready to do it than Patrick Beverley? Yeah, I think he is. I mean, I don't even think that's a question. Now, when you hear people, and again, I like Patrick Beverley. As you guys know, there were a lot of people here watching our videos who were very sad when Tony Douglas was let go by the Rockets or traded by the Rockets last year. And, of course, Tony Douglas being Jeremy's backup last year. I like Tony Douglas, and I know he had a good relationship with Jeremy, but I definitely felt Patrick Beverley was better than Tony Douglas, and I think that's played out. But I don't go along with what some Rockets fans and or JLin doubters think in terms of, well, Patrick Beverley was awesome in the playoffs and Jeremy wasn't, and that's it. Jeremy shouldn't be starting anymore, and Patrick Beverley should be. No, I definitely don't go along with that line of thinking, even though I like Patrick Beverley a lot, and he should continue to improve. As I've said previously, Patrick Beverley was outplayed in the final 5 quarters of the playoff series against the Oklahoma City Thunder by Reggie Jackson, who at that time was a 22-year-old backup behind Russell Westbrook, and including Game 6, which took place in Houston. So Beverley came in and did well for a couple of games, but then it seemed like Oklahoma City and Reggie Jackson kind of figured out Patrick Beverley, and then Jackson was able to start getting the better of Patrick Beverley. So I don't buy into what I consider to be a false notion that Patrick Beverley supposedly demonstrated he's better than JLin. I definitely don't believe that. And as I've said on Clutch Fans and here, Patrick Beverley's never scored even 17 points in any NBA game he's ever played in. Jeremy averaged 17 points per game in April of 2013 for, I don't know, like 7 or 9 regular season games. Jeremy has shown more upside than Patrick Beverley. So when I say that I'm not sure if JLin is ready to be the point guard on a championship team right now, that doesn't mean I think Patrick Beverley is ready or is more ready, because I don't think that. And I do believe Jeremy can be a point guard on a championship level team. I don't know if he is as ready to do that right now as maybe another point guard in the league currently, someone with more experience, and someone that's been there before, someone that's been deep in the playoffs. I don't know, somebody like Steve Nash or something. And so for the team, for the management of the Rockets, you now have a team that looks like it can be a serious contender. So the plan last year when they got Lin was, cool, we're going to build around Lin. Let's get Lin. We're bringing him back and everything's good. And then everything changed once they got Harden and once they got Howard. So I understand that. I do think Lin is going to show what he can do again more this season as opposed to last season for several reasons. It's a new team, but as I've said previously, a big part of last season was that Jeremy's knee wasn't right. He was coming back from knee surgery, and he didn't have full strength in his knee until around March or so. And then he started to get back to the kind of play and the kind of numbers that we saw from him in New York for Linsanity 1.0. So I'm going to be okay with Jeremy Lin on the Rockets, certainly. But even if he's somewhere else, Jeremy is going to be fine. As we've talked about, Jeremy's going to be fine. He's got his money. He's playing healthy. And he knows what he needs to do. He knows what he has to work on, and he's working on it. He's working on the three-point shot. He's working on his dribbling. Jeremy will be participating, as we told you guys in the last video, in a kind of informal Rockets mini camp that will take place beginning on Monday, July 15th, 2013 in Los Angeles. That's why Jeremy Lin is in Los Angeles, because he's going to participate in this mini camp along with Beverly, Dwight Howard, Chandler Parsons, James Harden, and several other Rockets. So it's good to hear from Jeremy here. He's been quiet. He hasn't said anything. All these people saying, he's silent on Twitter. No, as we said, I believe Jeremy was probably told by the team, we might have to deal you in order to get Dwight Howard or to get other players to attract Dwight Howard, like a Josh Smith or something like this. And that's probably why he was quiet. But now things have smoothed over. Dwight Howard has been signed. And here's Jeremy Lin again. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's still here. And it looks very good that he will be the point guard for the Houston Rockets in the beginning of the 2013/2014 regular season. Jeremy also said in the article, said to Eric Pincus that, because the team was beaten in the first round of the playoffs, that only is going to make them hungrier. It's going to make them want it even more to go further in the playoffs. So this is good. As I said, it appears that Jeremy is back in the mix. I think we're going to hear from Jeremy a lot more for the rest of the offseason. Certainly we should hear stories about him at this little mini camp for the Rockets beginning tomorrow. And I think we'll hear more from him going forward in this offseason, even after the minicamp, because, again, it now appears that JLin will be with the Rockets in the 2013 and 2014 season, at least for the beginning of the season. You will still hear people say that doubt Jeremy Lin or don't want him on the Rockets for whatever reason. Look, some of these people are legitimate. Some of these people are just Rockets fans, and they just don't believe in Jeremy. Some of them are Lin haters, and they pretend that they're acting out of concern for the Rockets, but they just don't want Lin on the team, or they don't want Lin to succeed. That's just part of it, and every player in the NBA has that, particularly any player of that has a lot of attention on him. There's, Kobe gets it, LeBron gets it, they all get it. So it's not unique to Jeremy. So as I've told people in the comments, don't let doubters rattle you. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter what people say. All that matters is what's going on the court. And Jeremy is working hard this offseason. That's what we've heard. That's what we've seen in terms of, the pictures of Jeremy shooting 1,000 shots. We reported on JLin's shooting coach, Doc, talking to JLin.net about what Jeremy's working on. So everything looks good. And so just wrapping up here, it's good to have Jeremy back in the mix. He's back out. He's back on Twitter. He's back in public, so to speak, in terms of talking to the media. And as I've said, this is what I expected to happen once the Dwight Howard signing was complete. And now that it is complete, JLin is back out and back in the mix. So that's good. Okay, that's it for now. Your comments below, thumbs up, thumbs down on this video. We encourage you to come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group, which has over 2,500 members and growing all the time. You'll find information for that group in the video description below the video player. Once again, I am Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. Strive to be the #1 JLin YouTube fan channel. Hope everybody's having a great night. It is currently 11:42 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States on Sunday, July 14th, 2013, which means it's about 11:42 a.m. currently on Monday, July 15th, 2013 in Taipei, Taiwan. Good stuff. Again, thanks a lot for the great comments. You guys make the comment sections awesome. And it's just great for JLin's fan community to have a place to talk or another place to talk, along with places like JLin Intelligence blog and Andy's JLin Intelligence YouTube channel, JLin.net, Clutch fans, and other places. I know a lot of people that are Lin fans aren't thrilled with Clutch fans, but look, there are a lot of Lin fans on Clutch fans also. I know I post there a fair amount, but there's many other people over there that are fans of Jeremy as well. So even if not everybody there is a fan, there's still plenty of fans there. And that's not really surprising because Jeremy has a lot of fans. So that's good. It's good to see. Okay, that's it for now. I hope everybody is doing well. Again, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you're having a great summer. It's very hot where I'm at right now. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, where Melody, Ting, and others are in Australia and in Africa and South America, hopefully you're having a nice winter and it's not too cold. Take care of yourself. We will talk to you again soon.